Hi, this is Drogi, and today we're going to talk about all the cultural references in Super Mario 64. So what does Home's Fortress have to do with Sudokus? What does Shifting Sandland have to do with the Bible? Let's find out, but first, this video took a lot of research for me, so please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to stay tuned about future Super Mario 64 and Nintendo 64 content. Thank you very much, I appreciate it, and now let's jump right in. You all know the enemies called Womp in Womp's Fortress, but did you know they are inspired by Japanese folklore? The Womp is based off of Nurikabe, a sentient wall blocking a road. These Nurikabe are sentient spirits and will provide you a puzzle that you need to solve in order to proceed the blocked path. The logic puzzle Nurikabe is named after the spirits, and other puzzles and puzzle games such as Sudoku and Minesweeper were influenced by Nurikabe. Another mythological reference is Dory in the stage Hazy Maze Cave. In Scottish tales, a monster called Nessie is said to live in the lake Loch Ness, and Dory is based on that monster. Now, our first literature reference. The Pit and the Pendulum is a horror story by famous author Edgar Allan Poe about the torments of a prisoner during the Spanish Inquisition. And it's also the basis for the name of the second mission in Tick-Tock Clock, The Pit and the Pendulums. Now some references to music. Slip Sliding Away, the first mission in Cool Mountain, is a reference to a song by Paul Simon from Simon & Garfunkel from 1977.
Slip sliding away, slip sliding away.
Star number 6 in Rainbow Ride is called Somewhere Over the Rainbow, a reference to the Wizard of Oz. This is not even the only Wizard of Oz reference, but more about that later. The final music reference can be found in the Italian remake of the game. The Wild Blue Star in Womp's Fortress is called Lancio nel blu dipinto di blu, which is a famous Italian song by Domenico Modugno.
Volare, oh oh, cantare, oh oh.
Now let's move on to the castle's basement. Y'all know the infamous rabbit Mips, who was originally used in early development stages just to experiment with Mario's movement. Apparently because they liked the rabbit so much, they implemented it into the game. It is named after the N64 CPU, which is called microprocessor without interlock pipeline stages. If you remember actually reading Mips' dialogue that we speedrunners like to scroll through so fast, you might realize that the bunny's personality is a reference to the March Hare from Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland from 1865. Similar to the bunny in the book, Mips keeps talking about how stressed he is to get to his tea drinking appointment. Another literature reference can be found in the German and Chinese translations of the stage Tiny Huge Island. They refer to Gulliver, who is the protagonist in Gulliver's Travels, a novel by Irish writer Jonathan Swift. You might remember Gulliver from the Jack Black movie. In the story, he visits a huge island called Brobdingnag and a tiny island called Lilliput, which, to me, is ultimate proof that it's not Mario changing his size in THI, but rather there being two separate islands that are magically connected to each other. So we will actually come across German stage translations a few more times, but let's talk about the stage Jolly Roger Bay first. The name refers to the famous pirate flag Jolly Roger. We don't know where that name comes from exactly. Linguists say either from Ali Raja, an Indian pirate, or from Joli Rouge, French for pretty red, the original blood-colored pirate flag. Nowadays it stands for the skull with two bones, which was a motive on symmetries. In Super Mario 64, the flag, also known as Blackjack as a counterpart to the British flag Union Jack, is found on the box on the boat once the shipwreck is raised. We don't know if the ship belonged to Jolly Roger. All information we have about its captain can be found on this sign in the cave, which is signed by the captain. So for the German stage names, they tried really hard to use alliterations in every single one of them. That is how Big Boo's Hahn turned into Big Boo's Burg, Burg meaning castle, which makes no sense at all if you look at the mansion, right? Anyway, the German version of Wet Dry World is Atlantis Aquaria, referring to the mythological city first mentioned by Platon over 2000 years ago. The city of Atlantis is, as you probably know from the Disney movie, sunken, just like the city in Wet Dry World. And a quick triple fun fact, these Karompa balls never spit fire due to a glitch. These door textures right here were reused in Zelda Ocarina of Time, and these trees right here don't quite reach the floor, which is why I can do this glitchy thing here by mashing B. Okay. There are 2 races against Koopa the Quick in this game. This race possibly drew inspiration from the world famous fable tale of the rabbit racing a turtle by ancient Greek storyteller Aesop. However, in the story, the slow turtle wins the race because the overconfident rabbit takes a nap and oversleeps. Imagine the Koopa winning in SM64. Come on. Okay, for the next 2 references, I'm not sure if they were intentional. Elmo made me aware of the fact that these blocks in Rainbow Ride might be inspired by the Japanese food Chikuwa. And a baby penguin sliding down a snowy mountain, that could have drawn inspiration from the Warner Bros. Short movie Frigid Air. Stealing a penguin baby though is still less reprehensible than straight up throwing it off a cliff, right? Okay, remember the Wizard of Oz reference earlier? So Shifting Sandland refers to the shifting sands from L. Frank Baum's book, so this is another Wizard of Oz reference. Now, Shifting Sandland's German name is Wobiwaba-Wüste, translating to Wobiwaba Desert. Wobiwaba is a word that does not exist in any language, and now this is a hot take of mine, but I am quite convinced this is a reference to the Bible. So the Bible starts in the book of Moses with the words, "In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty." Formless and empty is what we want to focus on. In Hebrew, the original language of the Bible, formless and empty means tohu vabohu. Tohu vabohu is a widely used German word for something that is chaotic and stems from this Bible part. Now, as said, Wobiwaba means nothing, but it could just be a malapropism of the Hebrew tohu vabohu. After all, the German translation of this Bible passage is wüst und leer. Wüst as in Wüste, the German word for desert. This is the best explanation of why this stage has such a weird random translation in German, at least to me. So this was it with this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to follow my social media. This is Strogi, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a very nice day. See ya!